Shri Shri Ras Biharini Ju ki Jai Ho. Jai Jai Shri Krishna Sab Vaishnavanko. Shri Hari Rai Ji Bade Shiksha Patr. Letter 9. It's the 30th day, day 30 of our readings. Letter 9, which has 35 verses, starting at verse 1. This chapter is called Affection, Attachment and Addiction. Sneha, Asakti or Vyasan. For 18 glorious verses, the devotee, wondering when Sri Krishna will appear before them, describe Sri Krishna's amazing form in delicious detail. Then, the 3 stages of devotion, love, attachment and addiction, are elaborated upon, and thereafter we read the importance of surrender to Sri Acharyaji's teachings. The last 3 verses warn us about obstacles in our path and guide us away from them. Subject matters to be covered: achieving love, addiction to the Lord, attachment to material home is an obstruction, categories of gopis, dedication of mind, speech and activities to him, faith in the path of grace, forgetting mundane world. His bliss form is in the gopis' hearts, his devotees are full of bliss, his flute entrances the birds, animals and trees, his land of Vraja and Sri Mataji, importance of offering food, love, attachment and addiction. Love removes all other attachments. Manasi Seva, obstructions on the path. Worldly attitude, impure food, bad association, selfish and sensual activity. Sound of his flute, Sri Krishna's dark curly locks and peacock feather. Eyebrows, cheeks and eyes. Necklace, nose ring and neck. Cheeks, chin and necklace. Chest, tiger pendant and abdomen's long gold necklace, wrist bangles and arm bangles, forest flower garland, tulsi leaves, belt and ankle bracelets, toenails and shawl, alligator earrings and eyes. Shri Krishna's face appears as Sri Vallabhacharyaji, Shri Krishna sitting amongst the gopis, Shri Krishna's 3-curved body and flute. Surrender to Sri Krishna. In the 9th letter, love, attachment and addiction for the Lord are described in detail. In the 8th letter, we learnt how the experience of the Lord comes through humility. This letter describes that experience. Verse 1. Oh, when will my beloved husband Sri Krishna show me his face, surrounded by dark curly locks and adorned with a peacock feather? Tika. 1. When will I be able to see Sri Krishna, my husband and Lord? Sri Hari Rai Ji uses the title husband here in the mood of the gopis who have forgotten their bodily identities and whose innermost sentiment manifests due to their experience of intense separation. In the reflection of this mellow, when Sri Acharyaji initiates us into this divine personal relationship with the Lord, and we offer tulsi leaves at his lotus feet, thereby we establish our relationship with the Lord as our husband. Oh, when will Sri Krishna grant us the vision of his true form? What is this Sri Krishna like? He wears a crown decorated with a bunch of peacock feathers. This crown signifies his sharing of the sweetest nectar of love with Sri Swaminiji, and when he puts it on, know that he will soon grant his sight and the taste of his loving mellow. His dark curly locks fall sweetly on his face. Oh, when will I see this form of Sri Krishna? Verse 2. Sri Krishna's form will now be described in detail up to the 18th verse, and each verse asks, oh, when will I be granted the vision of this form? His eyebrows are shaped like a bow and are loaded with the arrows of love. His face is decorated with musk designs, and his eyes are wider than lotus petals. Tika. His bow-like eyebrows, his forehead marked with nectarian musk, his cheeks decorated with lotus designs. Oh, when will these arrows of his beauty penetrate my mind, and when will his 2 wide lotus petal eyes assuage the burning love in my heart? Verse 3. He is adorned with a pearl necklace and a lovely nose ring. His lips are full of nectar, and his neck with 3 creases bears a most beautiful jewel. Tika 3. His nose ring with a dangling pearl looks extremely lovely. That pearl enhances his beauty so much as it dangles down and touches Shri Krishna's lovely red lips, just as if Shri Swaminiji is surreptitiously tasting their nectar. The 3 lines at Shri Krishna's throat are the resting place of the 3 types of his devotees, Sattvic, Rajasi and Tamasi, and those 3 lines enchant the 3 worlds. His neck jewel is very becoming. Oh, when will Shri Krishna in such a form show himself to me? Note to Tika 3. Here the text touches upon the subject of the 3 different categories of devotees according to their natural guna. In verse 5, the categories are extended to 9 as the 3 are mixed with each other. This supreme or 4th group of devotees are known as nirgun, or beyond such classification, and perfect. Verse 4. His cheeks are cheerful and firm, his chin bears a small jewel, and he is wearing a necklace of delicate gold beads. His cheeks are delightfully blooming. They are described in the Yugal Geet, the Gopis' song in pairs of verses, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 35. His face is like a ripening plum, and his cheeks are soft. They also bear the marks of Sri Swaminiji's teeth, as if a parrot had pierced a ripe plum with its beak. The jewel on his chin is like a small vessel to receive the nectar of Sri Swaminiji's lips, which overflows due to her excessive love, and is received by Sri Chandravaliji. This chin jewel has been described in the purport to the Madhurashtakam, Song of Sweetness. His neck is adorned with a necklace of tiny gold beads. Oh, when will Shri Krishna allow me the vision of this form? Verse 5. His chest is beautified by a curved tiger claw pendant, and his abdomen is worshipped by his long necklace of jewels and large pearls. A shining tiger claw pendant hangs on his chest, with which Sri Yashodaji adorns him in order to protect him, and which symbolizes the marks of Sri Swaminiji's nails pressed into his chest. A long necklace of large pearls and 9 types of jewels, known as the Vijayanti necklace, which symbolizes all the 9 types of devotees, hangs from his neck to his belly. Oh, when will I see this form of Sri Krishna? Verse 6. He is wearing a long, beautiful, jewel-studded gold necklace that hangs in the center of his chest. Oh, when will I see Sri Krishna wearing the most beautiful necklace of bejeweled gold and one of white gunja beads, which dangles from his chest to his knees and shows he is the husband of the 4th, Sri Swaminiji's group of gopis. Verse 7. His wrists are adorned with bejeweled bangles, and his upper arms with wide bands of gold, also set with precious stones. Tika, oh how I long to see Sri Krishna, whose wrists bear bejeweled bangles and on whose arms shine beauteous armbands of stones set in gold. Verse 8. Marvellously lovely is his forest garland, into which many varieties of flowers and bunches of tulsi leaves are knotted. The cloth tied at his waist is of many exquisite colours and most beautiful. Tika 8. The forest garland that Sri Krishna wears is most pleasing, with its many different flowers and tulsi leaves. The cloth tied at his waist has 5 colours that represent the 4 group of gopis and Sri Krishna himself as their husband, and thus is quite splendid. Oh, when will I see this form of the Lord? In this wonderful description, we will pause here for today and carry on tomorrow on day 31 with verse 9. For today, Aaj ke Anand ki jai, sab Vaishnavan ko jai Shri Krishna, Shri Shri Ras Viharini Ju ki jai ho, Aaj ke Anand ki jai ho.